This is a hard act to follow. So with that, I'd like to issue this proclamation. Every May, the Administration for Community Living leads our nation's observance of Older Americans Month. The theme for 2020 is Age My Way. Cobb Senior Services recognizes this month and is committed to providing a high quality of life for our elder citizens. We, the Cobb County Board of Commissioners, do hereby join the United States Department of Health and Human Services Administration on Aging to proclaim May 2020 as Older Americans Month in Cobb County and urge senior adults, their children, and caregivers to celebrate this important month. This, the 10th day of May, 2020.
Thank you, Chair, to the board, county administration. The video said it all, but what I want to do is say thank you to first the seniors of Cobb County for being with us for 50 years, and to all of the staff, and to all of the departments. You saw all those different departments. They had to take time to do that. And then Johnny Barfield, he's not here today. He was going to be here. He is our videographer. He does all of that for us, so we want to give a kudos to him and say thank you for his hard work. And then we have some staff here, and you will see more of the 50th. It will go throughout this year. We have different activities planned, but we will do much more. But we say keep supporting us. And I expect to see all of you back here in 50 years when we celebrate our 100th. Everybody's yes, you'll be back, right? Yeah. So thank you all. Anybody else?
Gotcha.
The next proclamation is to recognize May as Mental Health Month, and I will be presenting this proclamation on behalf of Commissioner Richardson, who's joining us virtually today. If anyone's here for this proclamation, please join me up front. Please, yeah. I think we can get Commissioner Richardson on the screen. Good morning, Commissioner. Thank you for being with us today. Commissioner Richardson has been doing a lot to recognize mental health, and I am pleased to present this on her behalf and to present this to you. Whereas mental health is essential to everyone's overall health and well-being, and whereas all Americans experience times of difficulty and stress in their lives, prevention is an effective way to reduce the burden of mental health conditions. And whereas there is a strong body of research that supports specific tools that we can use to better handle challenges and protect our health and well-being. And whereas mental health conditions are real, they are prevalent in our community, and with early and effective treatment, those individuals with mental health conditions can recover and lead full, productive lives. And whereas each business, school, government agency, healthcare provider, organization, and resident shares the burden of mental health problems and has a responsibility to promote mental wellness and support prevention efforts. Therefore, we, the Cobb County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim May 2022 as Mental Health Month for our county. We also call upon the residents, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools in Cobb to recommit to increasing awareness and understanding of mental health, the steps our community can take to protect its mental health, and the need for appropriate and accessible services for all people with mental health conditions. This, the 10th day of May 2022. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
All of you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Can you speak about what you do? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Chairwoman Cupid, and thank you, Commissioner Richardson. On behalf of the Cobb Collaborative, I want to thank everybody for acknowledging the importance of mental health. As we say, there is no health without mental health, and it is so important. Perhaps never before in the history of our country or our globe even has the attention been paid to mental health as it has right now. We continue to see research and studies about the ongoing and long-term impacts of the pandemic on all populations, but particularly our youth and our young adults. And there's just so much work that needs to be done to continue to raise awareness, reduce stigma, and promote resiliency. And at the Cobb Collaborative, in partnership with many of you in this room right here, as well as our 100+ partner network, we're looking forward to lifting up the mental health and physical health of all of Cobb County so that we continue to be a great place to work, play, pray, and live and thrive. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll take a picture. I think that was deserving of applause. I see Commissioner Richardson here. Did you want to add anything?
I just wanted to say I truly, truly appreciate the incredible work, and it's just been a pleasure to have such a fantastic community of people who prioritize mental health and certainly give it the attention that it needs in our community across all demographics.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
All righty. I believe this is why the seats are filled today. We have a proclamation for those who are here with Public Works. Please join me up front today. Very good.
Good morning.
All right.
Y'all come on in front.
Yeah, please. We're here to recognize you, so they need to see the front of you, not the back. This is just a fraction of the men and women who work very hard for us every day to provide services for all of our residents to keep us going. And I'm grateful to be able to provide this proclamation today to recognize this week as National Public Works Week. We, the Board of Commissioners, we would like to recognize you and thank you this morning. We want to thank you for supporting our infrastructure and our facilities across the county. These include water, our Department of Transportation, and even other departments that include community development and property management. These vital services, they plan, you design, rebuild, and you improve the infrastructure around us that many of us often take for granted until something goes wrong, right? Then you hear from all of us. But these services, they are essential not only to how we live, but they are essential to our health, to our safety, and our well-being. And for all of our residents and for all of our visitors. So we want to take time to thank you this week. We should take time to thank you even more for all that you do. And we want to recognize this week as National Public Works Week and encourage the community to join us in recognizing you and your contributions that you make through your departments, with all of your employees and your managers to make our quality of life better every day. Thank you, appreciate it. We have with us here our DOT director. I'm gonna let him share a few words.
Thank you, Chairwoman. My name is Drew Ressler with the Cobb County Department of Transportation. I'm so excited to be here and to recognize the employees that you see in front of you and the employees that are out in the field. American Public Works Association is a professional society dedicated to excellence in public works. And public works are just those public infrastructure that we all rely on daily, from the roads, the traffic signals, the water system, all of the public infrastructure that we all, the residents, the visitors, depend on every day. And the staff that you see in front of you is from water and DOT, and these are the faces of those that make sure that the movement of freight, of people, of water, of wastewater happens every day reliably, that when you turn on the faucet, that clean water comes out, and you can depend on that. When you go on the roads, that those roads are in good shape, you're going to be able to get from point A to point B, that the traffic signals are working safely, that the 2.5 million riders on our Cobb Link, on our transit service every year have a dependable service, that our general aviation airport, one of the 5th busiest general aviation airports in the state, is operating safely and effectively. And these are the folks that make that happen. So we're excited. American Public Works Association has been recognizing National Public Works Week since 1960. This will be the first year that Cobb County recognizes it here, and the purpose is just to educate and really to celebrate those that are making sure that everything that we depend on is operating safely, effectively, and efficiently. So thank you all for coming today, and thank you to all of our public works professionals.
So we're going to have a picture, and we're going to need everyone beyond the woman there in the lime green shirt to join us over here so we can have some balance. Okay. Oh, including the woman up here. You'll be right front and center. Stand next to Drew. Oh, look at you. Sharp, bow tie. All right.
All right, here we go from afar. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good job. All right, our next proclamation will be brought by Commissioner Burrell, and this is with respect to fleet management.
Okay. Good morning again, everyone. Mr. Al Curtis and your team, front and center.
We are here.
You are amazing in your team.
Come on up, guys.
He's always winning national, state, whatever awards every year. So we are recognizing our fleet team and Mr. Curtis as their leader. Whereas for 8 consecutive years, Cobb County Fleet has received national recognition as one of the best performing fleets by an industry trade organization. On April 11th, they were again recognized by the National Association of Fleet Administrators, NAFA, and named to its NAFA 100 Best Fleets in the Americas, ranked 6th place. And whereas the NAFA 100 Best Fleets organization tracks more than 38,000 public fleets, it developed the 100 Best Fleets program 20 years ago to recognize the best practices and help taxpayers better understand the value that public fleets provide. Winners are selected based on 12 criteria of excellence, including accountability, use of technology, team collaboration, creativity in addressing challenges, and a high trust culture. And whereas the mission of the NAFA 100 Best Fleets program is to identify outstanding operations for others to emulate, provide recognition for the community the winning fleets serve, promote pride in the industry, and encourage more individuals to consider fleet operations as a career choice. The program also identifies and encourages ever-increasing levels of performance improvement with the fleet industry. And whereas NAFA members control more than 4.6 million vehicles that are driven an estimated 50 billion miles each year, and they manage more than $100 billion in assets. Now, therefore, we, the Cobb County Board of Commissioners, recognize the County Fleet Management Department for ranking 6th in the National Association of Fleet Administrators, 100 Best Fleets in North America. We commend the members of the Fleet Management Team for their ongoing effective and efficient service provided to their customers. This is the 10th day of May, 2022. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You never cease to amaze us. Would you like to say a few words?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the commissioner and also the board. It's been a long time coming, 8 years of consecutive placing in the 100 best fleet. And a lot of people don't realize that Public Works just left here. We support all those departments. Those Public Works people going out and taking care of the citizens and making sure the water is on, making sure all these things happen. We control all those vehicles. We make those vehicles safe. We make sure that the fuel in the county, we provide all that. We're in control of the fuel, the vehicles. We manage over 2,400 pieces of equipment that you see running around the county. And these guys right here, this team, they're the ones who do it every day. I come to work, support, and give them guidance, and they take the ball and run with it. I try to empower them to do what they need to do and give them the rope to go out there and look at different new technologies. And we've done that. Our goal is to continue to make Cobb County more sustainable, resilient, and provide vehicles that produce less CO2 emission and also reduce our overall cost to the county and the citizens. So that's what the 100 Best Fleet's all about. Best practices, establishing key performance indicators to measure our performance to ensure that we're giving the best to our customers. And we try to do that day in and day out. And that's the team that does it right here. And again, I'd like to thank the board for this recognition, and we'll continue to move forward, continue to drive, and continue to do our best to support the citizens and the county. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. We are very proud of the work Al and his team does for us. Thank you. Want a picture?
Yes.
There you go. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good.
Thank you. For those of us following along in our agenda, you may have noticed that we did not recognize the recipient of the Martha Logue Award. We will be postponing that award and bring that back. So we will be moving on to our next proclamation, which will be presented by Commissioner Sheffield and some members of the community. Please feel free to join us up front.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, it's not a proclamation. It is their certificate of recognition that was submitted by the Austell Community Task Force, and I understand that D.C. Hamilton will receive the recognition. So if he's here, if he would join me.
Very good. And I see Ron Davis here. Don't be a stranger.
Ron, this
Come
was your
join us up
idea.
front,
Come
Ron.
on up here. Like, what are you doing?
You have all that humility. You have to be called out. It's okay. We'll recognize.
This is your,
Oh, this is.
yeah.
Oh, you going to?
They're shy. You guys fight crime every day. You're not afraid of a little commissioner, are you? Come on. Come on over here.
Shy, move in.
Here you go.
I must say, first of all, that these guys do a job that I could not do. I don't have the temperament, and I'm sure many of you don't, but it's an outstanding job. And I just felt for a couple of years that, you know what, they need to be recognized. We need to appreciate what they do. And I know we do, but I think this is just apropos. So I'll shut up and go ahead and read it. The Cobb County Board of Commissioners salutes the law enforcement agencies in Cobb, especially the Cobb County Police Department and the Cobb Sheriff's Office, for your excellence in service. Let me repeat that, for your excellence in service. We applaud your commitment to responsive, effective, and community policing serving the residents of Cobb County. Your dedicated service makes Cobb County a great place to live, work, and play. And we thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. This the 10th day of May, 2022. All right.
Very good. Thank you, Ron.
And if anyone wants to say anything,
Thank you, Ron. Also, I want to thank ACT. Man, I was a precinct commander down there in Zone 2 for years, man. And all the work that Austell Community Task Force did under your tutelage was very, very, it was heartfelt, because we knew whatever we did down in Zone 2, whether it was good or bad, you guys were going to always back us. So this is very important to me. I'm going to keep my mouth shut, because I'm going to let the major, as y'all saw, it took me forever I had to threaten them to come down here. But the reason why is because they don't do what they do for this. They do it because they're selfless, and they do it because it's a calling, and it's not about awards. But when you get these type of things, it does make you feel good for the things that they do, because I'm very proud of each one of them. And I know that they're very appreciative about this award. So I'm gonna give this to Major Fisher, who's the actual commander down there in Zone 2.
Thank you, sir. Ron, thank you. Commissioners, thank you. I just want to say thank you to all the men and women that work in Precinct 2, not just us, Sheriff's Department, Fire Department, everybody that makes public safety a family down there. We couldn't do it without everybody's help. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate the citizens down there when they recognize what we do. That's so important to these guys. It keeps their morale going. It keeps them motivated to do what they do. I can't say enough about your support and the other groups down there. I appreciate it. You know you're always welcome at Zone 2, and we appreciate everything you do for us, and we're there for anything that you need us. Commissioner Sheffield, we also appreciate what you do for us down there. We couldn't do what we do in Zone 2 without the help of everybody down there, so I do appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. And we saw our sheriff step in the room. Sheriff Owens, may you join us up front? Thank you. Be a part of this presentation.
Just in time. Good morning.
Amen, just in time. We want to thank you for your service. Particularly, we have the Austell Community Task Force here, thanking the Sheriff's Office and the police for their efforts.
Want to balance this out so we can get a picture? Certificate in the center.
All right, very good. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, gotcha.
You're welcome, Ron. Thank you. All right, next up we had on our agenda to receive an update regarding Truist Park in the Battery.
Good morning, Chairwoman, Commissioners, County Manager. We are going to ask to postpone this presentation. There was a scheduling conflict with the Braves leadership team, and we really want them to be a part of this to recognize their partnership with the county. So we're going to bring this back. I know you do have copies of the presentation, so for those of you who've already looked at it, we have a great story to tell, great numbers to share. We just want to make sure that all parties are present so we can share in the partnership and the good news together.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. Do I need to take any action to pull that?
No, you just bring it back. It'll be
Okay,
fine.
thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
With that, we are at our first public comment.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Just as a reminder, please, also for the audience, if you could silence or turn off your cell phones. The ringing impacts the meeting and interferes with the broadcast. So just as a reminder, if you'd please check your cell phones related to that. Now, as the board provides the podium for public comment, it's appropriate for us to review the related meeting rules. If you're signed up for public comment, when you come up, please state your name and if you're speaking on behalf of an organization. All comments should be addressed through the chair. Public comment is not a dialogue with the board, but an opportunity for speakers to provide their comments to the board. The comments should not be impertinent, derogatory, offensive, or slanderous. To that end, the board encourages, regardless of the topic, for the audience to be respectful, courteous to the speakers. Everyone attending this meeting should give others the right to both listen and to be heard by treating each other with civility. Statements made during the public comments portion do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the board or the administration of Cobb County government. And just as a reminder for those speaking, there is a timer on the podium to keep track of your 5 minutes. With all that being said, the first speaker is Jan Barton.
Good morning. I'm Jan Barton, and I'm here today to express some concerns that many of us are feeling, and it's not to take away from the good things that you do. So this will be a tough presentation today, and I thank you for this opportunity. We're here today to talk about the fact that you have an oath of office to honor the Constitution and to honor the laws of Georgia. And we're trying to remind you about SPLOST and other issues and taking grants with strings attached. And we're asking you to stop listening to outside interest and do what Cobb taxpayers want, and to just please keep Cobb County taxes low and be good stewards of taxpayer money. Again, this doesn't take away from the good things that you do. This is the oath of office, and the thing I want to impress is I will support the constitutions of the United States and of this state. And it can be argued that sometimes we forget these things. This is an example of a very unpopular SPLOST project that's about to start within the next few months. It's at Lower Roswell Road by Park Air, and it will create a traffic nightmare going forward. We're asking that it be adjusted and minimized to not have this huge traffic bottleneck that will be created by raised medians. And that is something we, the taxpayers, do not want. The majority of us don't even know it's about to take place. It'll take 2 years. The comprehensive plan is currently being revised, and there's some language in there that is very concerning. It's about infilling. We're strongly opposed to infilling. We're strongly opposed to implementing the Unified Development Code, which allows such infilling into single-family neighborhoods. And we're asking you to change that language and to not implement the UDC. This is a picture that you probably can't see very well, but it's from an older publication from the former Soviet Union that talks about how they implemented large rack and stack 'em buildings to put all their people close to railroad tracks. Multi-use buildings by railroad tracks is something we don't want here, and we want to have you keep that in mind as you talk about this transit tax, and you've been implementing a lot of mixed-use development. This is an example of a recent decision by the board. The Johnson Ferry at Shallowford intense development that was recently approved to go into a single-family, low-density neighborhood, and it's in a floodplain. It's going to create a lot of problems as we go forward, and it's not fair to the homeowners in the area who want the quality of life that they are paying for their homes they worked so hard for. This is an example of another recent decision by the board, with the exception of Commissioner Gambrell, who has objected to these. Again, this is the Mableton Floyd Road development, and the single-family homeowners in this area have been betrayed. It is our understanding that former elected officials and former county employees are still lobbying this board. This is wrong. You should be listening to the tax-paying citizens rather than these special interests. I'm running out of time, I see, so I'm going to go very quickly through this. Who's influencing these decisions? It's not us. Let's just think about that. We're asking you to stop listening to these outside influences. Stop taking grants with strings attached. They make us do things we don't want. Listen to Cobb taxpayers, not special interests. It's like lemmings following a leader over the cliff to their demise when you listen to these surrounding failing counties and the ARC and the DCA and the HUD. Please listen to your constituents.
Ms. Barton, your 5 minutes are up. The next public speaker is Dave McFarland.
Oops, sorry.
I'm Dave McFarland. I represent myself. I'm the Cobb autonomy guy, trying to protect Cobb from outside entities, and you know what they are. She just listed them. Several months ago, I sent a packet to you guys to look at other uses of AFFH and so forth. But within it, I asked 3 questions. Those questions I wanted the county attorney, Mr. Rowling, to answer. They are: 1, is the Georgia Planning Act still in effect? Please have him answer yes or no. We would also like a ruling in clear text available to the public whether or not this act is or is not in effect. Please do not give reassurances. Number 2, does the 2016 Georgia planning law restrict influence to any level from a quasi-federal like ARC, federal like HUD, or any non-Cobb County entity? If so, at what level is that outside influence allowed by law? Number 3, if any Cobb County Commission member violates this law described in the 2016 Georgia Planning Act at any level, can their county surety bond be challenged in that they do not uphold their contract according to the mutual terms? Again, I had that in that packet that I sent. I didn't get a response, but also during the Vinings, the Vinings cityhood questions, we could submit questions, so I submitted them to there. And Chairwoman, and I submitted those questions asking you to respond. And you said, I see you have included our county attorney on this message. I'm also including our community development director to help respond. I didn't get a response yet. So and I didn't see it addressed in the open house, the Vinings open house. So I'm asking, I can't get an answer from you, I understand. Can I ask that of the attorney here? Can he answer those questions? Well, no, I'm not asking you to answer those, but is there a mechanism, is there some way that I can have you answer those in clear text and have them published in the Marietta Daily Journal in the legal notice? I think it's that important. Why do I think it's important? Because what hangs on this, and this principle, is these are pertinent, timely, and highly important non-trivial questions. The violation of these laws could cause literally billions of dollars in Cobb property value, and could turn Cobb into the region, not unlike the failed centralized control socialist cities that I've listed before. I don't want to go those again, it's demeaning, but you know what cities I'm talking about. We appreciate the assurance and good intentions of the Board of Commissioners, but because of the importance of this issue, outside influences on Cobb, we feel we should be enforced by the weight of Georgia law, not federal law. Georgia law trumps federal law, which I feel are unconstitutional and dangerous. It's a centralization of power. It's dangerous, it's unconstitutional. Georgia law says our zoning laws are not to be given away. There's a lot of money that ARC has, there's a lot that GRC, and HUD has unlimited money. And there's a temptation to sell off our powers. Please don't do it. And I'm asking you also, I don't know how that's done. Does the commissioners, they have to request that of you to do it or task you with that? You can't give me any answer either. You got your poker face on. Can somebody please ask him to answer these questions and send it to me, please? I think it's that important. We need to keep our local control here, not the ARC, not GDCA, not anybody else. Keep it within Cobb, or we'll become Detroit. As night follows day, centralized power, that's what it does. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next public speaker is Christine Rosman.
Good morning, Chairwoman Cupid, Commissioners. I think everybody, Jan and Mr. McFarland both said pretty much everything that needs to be said, and twice a month I come up here and talk about the spending. Not all of you spend that way, but there's like tremendous spending that's going on, and what keeps gnawing at me is this push for hundreds, was it 600 or 700 new employees and millions of dollars more in expenses. And that just does not add up to what is happening in our country, in our county, with the economy, and it's not justified. At this juncture, I think maybe less government, which would be a novel idea, would be great. And so instead of expanding it and mushrooming it, possibly having less government, which means less spending. One of the spending things, and I'm assuming that Cobb County paid for it, I don't know, or maybe the 2022 link trip to Austin paid for it, I don't know. But as Jan was saying, is that who you hang out with or who you get influenced by, because it doesn't seem to reflect what the Cobb constituents want. I think this is probably one of the reasons why there are cityhoods that are looking to happen, because they are not getting what they want, so they want to have their own people come in and do things. If that happens, if these cityhoods happen, it's going to be like $44 million of lost revenue that goes to Cobb County, yet you're looking to increase the staff. So these are numbers that it's like Common Core math where it just doesn't seem to make any sense. I guess your Austin trip, from what it sounds like, it was attended also by Michael Thurman, CEO of DeKalb County, Fulton County Commissioner Rob Pitts, Cobb Commissioner Chair Lisa Cupid, Gwinnett Commission Chair Nicole Hendricks, Rockdale Commission, Clayton County Commissioner. If we wanted to live in those counties, we would have moved there. But if that is who you are being influenced by and spending your time and efforts and focus, then it just doesn't seem like that would be congruent with what the Cobb people want. Because if you kind of look at it from afar, you have Metro Atlanta that has become very metro and full of equity. And what's happened is that you have this like slice of Cobb County that we're like not the cool kids because we have low taxes and good schools, and we still like to have single-family homes. And if that, if we had wanted to move to Cobb, or I'm sorry, to DeKalb or Gwinnett or any of these other cities, we could have done that. And we didn't. We picked Cobb, and we want to keep Cobb in integrity with why we moved here and moved out of Fulton County, moved out of DeKalb, and came here, is because we wanted to preserve the beauty of what's happened in Cobb County. And I think that there are also some things happening in, Metro Atlanta's not getting a lot of good press right now, especially with that latest Dinesh D'Souza movie with the 2,000 Mules, and we don't want to be part of that. Thank goodness Cobb County wasn't part of that movie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chairwoman, that completes our speakers for the first portion of public comment.
Thank you. I want to complete the list of attendees to the link meeting because there were people from all over the metro region there, including North Fulton, including Cherokee and other areas. Cobb is a great place to live, but Cobb County is not an island. Everything that we're able to do, we do because it's a partnership of people and entities, not only in our region, but across our state and nationally. We had representation from the state of Georgia there. There's great benefit when we take opportunity to learn from each other. Just as I have the opportunity to learn from you when you speak, I have the opportunity to learn from others when they speak. And I think that's what helps to make us a better county. I'm going to move on to our consent agenda. Our consent agenda was scrolling before the meeting, and it will be scrolling on the screen after our meeting. We do have a number of items to modify and add to the agenda. First, I'd like to bring to the Commissioner's attention that there was a consent agenda item number 19 that was withdrawn. And let's refresh everyone's memory. This is the one that is for the Mableton property, Commissioner? Okay. We also have a number of items to add. I don't know if I can add them in bank attorney rolling. Okay, very good. I'd like to add items 51, the appointment of the police chief, 52, settlement of Cobb County versus Sporting Club at Windy Hill, item number 53, settlement of Cobb County versus Winds Ridge Condominium, and item number 54, settlement of Cobb County versus Highway 23 LLC. I'd like to add those to the consent agenda, and I'll make that. Okay. All right. Thank you, Commissioner Gambrill. We'll modify that and remove 51. 51 is not on consent. 51 is our appointment to the police chief. I'd like to, let me modify my motion for us to add these to the agenda. And items 52, 53, and 54 to be added specifically to the consent agenda, and 51 we'll hear after the consent agenda is approved. Is that clear? Thank you, Pam. All right, so I make a motion as presented. Is there a second? Second. Is there any discussion? We'll call the question. The motion carries. I don't know about Commissioner. Oh, okay, thank you. 5-0. Commissioner Richardson raised her hand virtually. All righty. With that, we will move on to the regular agenda. We added item 50. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's a lot of moving parts. Okay. I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as revised and to approve all authorized staff to execute any necessary documents.
Second.
All right, we do have a comment.
I do not support agenda items 17 or 21 from the consent.
Can you specify those items, Commissioner?
Item number 17.
Yes.
Which is the grant request to the Federal Transit Administration.
Okay.
For ARPA,
Yeah.
And then also 21, which is the
yes, I see.
exchange of property between Cobb and Venture Communities.
Thank you. Are there any other modifications, commissioners?
Is the,
Or change?
is this item number 17 DOT ARPA money or our ARPA money, county ARPA?
It's FTA.
So it's DOT, directly to DOT. Thanks. I just want to clarify.
Does anybody else have any comments? All right, we have a motion and a second. No further discussion. We'll call the question. Okay, the vote passes 5-0. Thank you. Mhm. I don't know if the public can see Commissioner Richardson on the screen, or do I need to announce her vote?
You
Okay,
still
thank
need to announce the vote. I can't see the screen, so I don't know if they're able to see it, but we're able to see that she is raising her hand on her monitor. So.
Okay. So Commissioner Richardson did support both motions to add the items to the agenda, and she also supported the consent agenda. Thank you. All right, we'll now move to item 51, which will move up to this portion of the agenda, and is for the appointment of our police chief.
Good morning, Chairwoman, Commissioners. It's an honor to be here today. I would like to recommend the appointment of Mr. Stuart Van Hooser as Cobb County's newest police chief. During his tenure here with Cobb County and the police department, he has distinguished himself in his leadership and management. Over the course of his 32-year career in law enforcement, he has advanced throughout the ranks from officer, field training officer, to sergeant, to assistant unit commander in MCS, narcotics and internal affairs, to adjutant to the police chief, to precinct commander at 3 of Cobb's 5 precincts, to executive officer of the public safety director, and deputy chief as it relates to special investigations and our response command. His extensive background in all of these various divisions within the Cobb County Police Department provides a strong foundation to lead the county's police force. DC Van Hooser holds a bachelor's degree in Public and Social Services from KSU and is a graduate of the FBI National Academy. The feedback from all of the intense interviews and conversations with DC Van Hooser add to my support of his appointment as Cobb's newest police chief, effective immediately. Therefore, it is my recommendation that the Board of Commissioners approve the appointment of DC Van Hooser as the Chief of Police, effective May 10th, 2022. I would like to ask he and his family to come forward as you, Chairwoman, make a few remarks.
Sure.
Would you all join me in welcoming DC Van Hooser?
Very good.
Chairwoman Cupid, I will turn the program back over to you, and I would also say that there will be a press conference a little bit later in the program where we will hear from our police chief. At this point, Chairwoman Cupid.
Thank you. I move that we appoint DC Van Hooser to the position of Cobb County Chief of Police.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay.
Well, first of all, congratulations. And this was a very, very hard decision. We had excellent candidates that we interviewed, and you came out on top, Stuart. So we're very proud of you and the work you've done, and look forward to continuing that.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other comments? I know we have a press release, or excuse me, a press conference after today's meeting, so we're trying to keep our comments brief, but I do want to echo the sentiment of Commissioner Burrow. This was a very difficult decision for us, but we feel confident we made the right decision. And we'll look forward to sharing more about that after today's meeting. But we want to thank you for your service, your dedication, your commitment to Cobb County. Yeah. All right. Are there any additional comments? I'll call the question. The motion carries 5-0. Congratulations. Thank you.
No picture for doing that. All right, here we go. 3, 2, gotcha. See you in a minute. All right.
For those of you at home, we're just taking a little bit of time as our now Chief of Police Van Hooser is being congratulated by many in our audience. Next up on our agenda, we have our Transportation tab, which will be brought by Director Ressler.
Good morning, Chairwoman, Commissioners, County Manager. DOT has 6 items for presentation this morning. Our first item is to recommend the Board of Commissioners determine that circumstances are such that it is necessary to proceed with condemnation proceedings by declaration of taking under OCGA 32-3-4, authorize the commencement of condemnation proceedings on 2 parcels on Bob Callan Trunk Trail, Phase 2, Segment B, Cobb County Project Number TR 475, adopt resolutions and orders and forms substantially similar to the attached and as approved by the County Attorney's Office, and further authorize the Chairwoman to execute the necessary documents.
Thank you. Commissioner Richardson.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? We'll call the question. The motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next item is to recommend the Board of Commissioners approve change order number 1 final to the project number D2864 to the 2021 countywide unit price contract, which Butch Thompson Enterprises Incorporated, a savings to the project in the amount of $66,121.20 for drainage system repairs on Green Valley Road, authorize the corresponding budget transactions, and further authorize the Chairwoman to execute the necessary documents.
All right. Commissioner Sheffield.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the question. The motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. Our next item is to recommend the Board of Commissioners approve a contract with Glosson Enterprises LLC in an amount not to exceed $1,612,626.40 for Church Road Sidewalk, project number X2774, authorize the corresponding budget transactions, and further authorize the Chairwoman to execute the necessary documents.
Commissioner Sheffield.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Just want to congratulate all of the residents on Church Road who lobbied for this project. And we'll call the question. The motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. Excited to get that one moving. Our next item is to recommend the Board of Commissioners authorize the procurement of Transportation Management Center technology infrastructure in an amount not to exceed $299,356.41 for Advanced Transportation Management Systems, project number B2511, and further authorize the corresponding budget transactions.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Is there any discussion? We'll call the question. The motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. Our next item is to recommend the Board of Commissioners approve an extension and amendment to the Transit System Award Agreement with First Transit Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $25,029,466, exercising the first one-year term renewal option for complete operations, maintenance, and administrative support services for Cobb Link, effective July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023, and authorize the chairwoman to execute the necessary documents.
Thank you. So moved as presented.
Second.
Is there any discussion? We'll call the.
Just one.
Yes, go ahead.
The rate stays the same. This is just a one-year extension.
There is a rate modification, but it is a one-year extension.
Okay, but that was in the original contract for any escalator? Okay.
Are there any additional comments? No. All right, we'll call the question. Thank you. The motion passes 5-0. And again, for those in the audience or watching on screen, Commissioner Richardson is here with us virtually. And when we have a passage of 5-0, that indicates that she is in support of the motion, which we can see on our screens, but I'm unsure if you can see on your screen at home.
Thank you, Chairwoman. And our final item this morning is to recommend the Board of Commissioners authorize advertisement for and conduct of a public hearing for operations, maintenance, and administrative support services for Cobb Link, and authorize the issuance of a request for proposals to secure the required transit services.
All right, so moved as presented.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
For a 3-year term, or has that been decided?
We will draft the final RFP and share it with the board for final comment.
Thanks.
Any other questions or comments? We'll call the question. The motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have public services.
Good morning, Chairwoman, Commissioners, County Manager. Our first item is for the board to approve a contract with Lyman Davidson Dooley Incorporated for professional services for design, cost estimating, bidding assistance, and construction administration services for the development of the Osborne Recreation and Community Center. The 2016 Parks Plus program includes construction of a community recreation center in the vicinity of a newly acquired property on 675 Smyrna Powder Springs Road. A selection committee of county staff and a staff person from our brethren for the North Cherokee County reviewed the proposals, ranked the firms based on proposed staff, experience, past performance, approach to the work, availability, financial stability, and proposed fee. The committee interviewed the top 3 firms and unanimously selected Lyman Davidson Dooley as the top ranking firm. We ask that the Board of Commissioners approve the contract with Lyman Davidson Dooley Incorporated for design, cost estimating, bidding assistance, and construction administration services for the development of the Osborne Community Recreation Center in an amount not to exceed $570,700 under the 2016 Parks Plus program, authorize the corresponding budget transactions, and further authorize the chairwoman to execute the necessary documents.
Commissioner Sheffield.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Well, after the second.
Okay. We'll call the question. The motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. Our second and final item is to approve a contract with Carroll Daniel Construction Company for pre-construction and overhead fees for construction manager at risk, CMAR, for the development of the Osborne Community Recreation Center. The 2016 Parks Plus program includes construction of a community recreation center in the vicinity of a newly acquired property on 675 Smyrna Powder Springs Road. The same selection committee for the previous item was used, then ranking and interviewing of the firms also. Carroll Daniel was unanimously selected by the committee. After negotiations with Carroll Daniel, a best and final offer was submitted that is $650,000 for pre-construction services and overhead fees. The construction fee for Carroll Daniel will be submitted as a future board item once a guaranteed maximum price is established by Cobb County. The construction fee will be 1.9% of the GMP. We ask that the Board of Commissioners approve a contract with Carroll Daniel Construction Company for pre-construction and overhead fees for construction manager at risk for the development of the Osborne Community Recreation Center in an amount not to exceed $650,000 under the 2016 Park Splash Program, authorize the corresponding budget transactions, and further authorize the chairwoman to execute the necessary documents.
Commissioner Sheffield.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. Michael, I just want to publicly thank you on behalf of the residents of the Milford Osborne community. This has been a project that has taken decades to get to this point, and it was a point where we thought this was not going to happen, but with your help and the help of our attorneys and also our real estate person, we were able to get this secured. So we're really appreciative. We're looking forward to the next steps, which I understand will be the design process. We'll have town halls, get community input, et cetera. But this is going to be monumental for that area, and it's going to change a lot of behaviors, I believe. And we're just excited that it's finally happening. So thank you once again.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Ditto, absolutely, and I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge you, Commissioner. Thank you for pushing this project and getting it over the hump. This community has been without public services for a long period of time, where they were using the school as the recreational site, and it was because of the feedback of the principal there that this was able to move forward, and the county responded. So no one can say that there isn't a partnership between Cobb County Schools and our community and the Board of Commissioners. But I certainly know it took your heroic effort to get us over the finish line, so thank you. We'll call the question. The vote passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we're at Support Services. And again, I just want to remind those at home and those here in the audience, Commissioner Richardson is joining us virtually, and when we do have a 5-0 vote, that includes her vote of support, which the commissioners can see on our screens.
Good morning, Madam Chairwoman, Commissioners, County Manager. My agenda item this morning is a joint item with Cobb County Fire. We request the Board of Commissioners declare surplus and authorize a contract for the sale of a 3,880 square foot structure and approximately 1.81 acres of property located at 835 Corner Road, Marietta, Georgia, Old Fire Station 13, to the Cobb County Board of Education through the brokerage firm of McWhirter Realty Partners, LLC, for the price of $370,000, authorize the corresponding budget transactions, and further authorize the chairwoman to take such action and execute the necessary documents to implement the foregoing purposes.
Yes, Commissioner Gambrill.
So moved.
Second? Is there any discussion? Commissioner Richardson? Did you need to add? Oh, okay, thank you. All right, we'll call the question. The vote passes 5-0.
Thank you.
All right, you can feel free to come on up.
Good morning, Madam Chairwoman, Commissioners, and County Manager. Property Management has one item this morning. Property Management would like to request the Board of Commissioners authorize the reallocation of the 2016 Fire 17 SPLOST savings in the amount of $141,666.94 to the 2016 SPLOST Fire Training Facility Building Renovation Project, Program X1050-U, and to authorize the corresponding budget transactions and further authorize the chairwoman to execute the necessary documents.
All right, Commissioner Gambrill.
So moved.
Second. Is there any discussion? I'll call the question. The motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe we're at our second public comment.
Yes, Chairwoman, there are no other public comment.
Thank you.
Signed up.
We are next on to our appointment tab, and we'll go to Commissioner Sheffield.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to announce the appointment of Michael McNeely to the 1% Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax Citizens Oversight Committee.
Thank you, Commissioner. No vote needed.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for the announcement. Very good. We are now at the Commissioner's Public Address, and we'll begin with Commissioner Gambrill.
Thank you. Join us from 1 to 3 p.m. Monday, May 16th at the West Cobb Senior Center. Make a luminary for Memorial Day. We'll use an empty jar, a mini American flag, and some twine to make the perfect patriotic decoration. So easy, anyone can do it. There will be a $5 supply fee to instructor on day of class. Registration is required. You can call 770-528-8200 to register. Learn and be inspired as you visit 5 beautiful and unique gardens from 9 to 4 p.m. this Saturday, May 14th. This year's gardens, selected by the Master Gardeners Volunteers of Cobb County, will showcase plants, birds, and pollinators that thrive in Georgia's climate. You can call 770-528-4070 to get tickets for this weekend. And again, congratulations to our new Police Chief, Van Hooser. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Gambrill. We have slides here for our District 2 Commissioner. Commissioner Richardson, are you comfortable speaking to your slides? Okay, very good. Mm-hmm.
May is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, a celebration recognizing the contributions and influence of Asian Americans and Pacific Islander Americans to the history, culture, and achievements of the United States. Find a way to celebrate. And then from the office, as you all already know, we do have, we had our Q1 report town hall this evening that has been postponed. We are working on the details for the new date and location, so please stay tuned. That will be communicated as soon as we secure both of those. And you can still register for any updates using the link on the website or in the District 2 newsletter. And from the community, find valuable resources for seniors at the Change the Way You Age Expo hosted by Cobb Senior Services. More than 40 vendors will be at the free event, 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Wednesday, May 18th at the Cobb County Civic Center. Meet representatives from Medicare, senior communities, caregiving wellness products, and many more. There will be free health screenings as well. You can attend seminars on Medicare for beginners and fraud and forgery. For more information, please visit cobbseniors.org. Thanks, and that concludes all of my announcements.
Thank you, Commissioner Richardson, and we hope you get well soon. We'll go next to Commissioner Burrow.
Thank you. Oops. Early voting has begun. This is the second week, and we also have voting this Saturday, May 14th from 9 to 5. And all the locations are listed here, and there are flyers out on the back table too for you to take home to early vote. Taste of East Cobb. What a great crowd, great turnout, and great food and fun was had by all. And also the proceeds from this go to the Walton High School Band. National Police Week is May 11th through the 17th. National Police Week offers honor, remembrance, and peer support while allowing law enforcement, survivors, and citizens to gather and pay homage to those who gave their lives in the line of duty. In 1962, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15th as National Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week, and was established by a joint resolution of Congress in 1962. So honor our police, and congratulations to our new chief. The We Care Fair for veterans, this Friday and Saturday at the Cobb Civic Center. United Military Care and Cobb County Government have come together to host the inaugural We Care Veterans Resource Fair from 9 to 5, Friday and Saturday, May 13th and 14th at the Cobb Civic Center. Veterans can attend this one-stop solution for veteran benefits and assistance for things like shelter information, haircuts, enroll in the VA, medication assistance, and much, much more. There are over 75 vendors that will be on hand at the Civic Center this weekend, so it is free to all veterans, and family members are also welcome. You can visit wecarevetfair.com for more information. The annual Northeast Cobb Business Association 5K9 Road Race is set for June 11th at Piedmont Church. You can go to ncba.com for more information to register or to be a sponsor. And the money raised to purchase a K9 for this year will go to the Sheriff's Office. We had adoption number 217 from Superior Pets for Patriotic Pets. This beauty got a new home over the weekend with Mr. Schartzer and his family. We're so grateful to him for providing a loving home to this special girl for the 3.5 years he served in the U.S. Army. If you're a veteran seeking a companion animal, please complete the adoption form, bring it to Cobb County Animal Services, and take home your new forever friend. They are free. The animals, cats or dogs, or adoption fees are waived through the generosity of Superior Plumbing, who's our sponsor for this program. And it's also a partnership with our Cobb County Animal Services. So thank you. And also just a reminder of the Cobb Veterans Memorial Project to honor veterans, teach history, and inspire future generations to live meaningful and purposeful lives of service. You can support them by liking them on Facebook, Cobb Vet Memorial. You can go to the website, cobbveteransmemorial.com, and that's a very worthwhile project to honor our military. And then my contact information, and please sign up for my newsletter if you don't already get it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sheffield?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. District 4 news and updates. National Women's Health Week is a week-long health observance from May 18th through the 14th and is led by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. As women, we oftentimes neglect our health, but this week we are urged to prioritize our mental and physical health. To learn more, visit womenshealth.org. The Austell Community Task Force, the Mableton Improvement Coalition, and the Powder Springs Community Task Force have partnered to host a virtual community forum for the public voting members tonight at 6 p.m. Candidates for countywide elections include the Solicitor General, Superior Court judgeships are invited. School Board Post 2, State Senate 33, 38, and State House 39 candidates are also invited to the community event. This forum is a nonpartisan forum and is open to all candidates. However, registration closes at noon today if you have not already pre-registered. But to register, please visit info@mableton.org. The City of Powder Springs is hosting its event, Bringing the Sea to the Springs. The Seafood Festival runs from Friday, May 13th through Sunday, May 15th. There will be music, plenty of seafood selections, arts and crafts, and tons of fun for the family to enjoy. This free event will be held at Thurman Springs Park, located at 4485 Pineview Drive in Powder Springs. To learn more about festival times, please visit bringingtheseatothespring.com. Join me and industry professionals of ABBA Financial Associates and Southeast Mortgage as we co-host a homebuyer financial workshop. The workshop sessions will provide information regarding budgeting, the best strategies to increase your credit score, down payment assistance, and much more. The financial workshop is a precursor to our annual Path to Home Ownership Summit in late summer. This event will take place on Saturday, June 4th from 10:30 a.m. through 1 p.m. at the Police Training Center located at 2435 East-West Connector in Austell. Lunch will be provided and we will raffle gas cards. To attend, RSVP to deidre.watts@cobbcounty.org. And once again, congratulations to our new chief. He's around here somewhere. There he is. Congratulations again to our new police chief.
Thank you, Commissioner. All righty. I don't know if everyone can see the next slide, okay. Just want to remind everyone that we are in the midst of election season, and there have been some changes to our elections laws. For anyone who's desiring to vote in the primary, the last day for you to request an absentee ballot is this Friday, May 13th. And just encourage you to get more information and to get a copy of the application at cobbelections.org. You can also learn more information about your voter record, your voter status, and polling locations at mvp.sos.ga.gov. This Wednesday, I will be joining leaders in our region to participate in a historic event, bringing together both MARTA and non-MARTA entities to have a signing event for the Top End 285 project. This is an express lane project that is to also integrate transit, and this was an initiative of the cities along the top end of I-285, including our Smyrna Mayor, Derek Norton, who came together with this idea, and I'm grateful to now have the partnership of the county, as well as Gwinnett County and DeKalb County in this initiative. This will be taking place again this Wednesday at the Atlanta Regional Commission at 9:30 a.m., and you are free to join us. Thank you, Commissioner Breaux, for recognizing that we do have an outstanding veterans event coming here this weekend, and it will begin on Friday at our Cobb County Civic Center. And we encourage all of our veterans to please participate to get resources and other information that may help you as you navigate your way through the county. Something that I'm pretty excited about, we had about 3,000 members of the public share with us their desire for how we would spend close to $150 million here in the county. And at a previous meeting, we set aside priorities for those funds. We will have an application process that will be available to the public to share with us how you would like to be able to utilize those dollars to help our county recover from this pandemic and to be set up for economic success. And if we go to the next slide, you can see the categories that this board approved and the approximate allocations to each of those categories, ranging from mental health to affordable housing, small business, all the way to more staff-related departments like public safety and first response. We certainly hope that you will take advantage of this opportunity. Please share this with your organization and with others. And we do encourage partnership as, again, we try to make best use of how we utilize these dollars in recovering from this pandemic that has been with us for far too long. That's it. I wanted to share, I thought I had one more slide up, but I, along with many commissioners, have been receiving many emails from staff with respect to a compensation study that we will have a presentation regarding this afternoon. I want to let our employees know that we hear you, we see you, and we value you. And I also want to make it clear that we will not be making a decision on this today. We will be taking the information, and I'm hoping with the support of a quorum of the commissioners that we will be able to support the recommendations that will be provided to us today. So please know that, again, no formal action will be taken, but we do take very seriously some of the comments that have been shared with us. And again, I'm hoping that we will take this into consideration when we pass our budget in July. With that, we have a very special program ahead of us, which is to have a press conference regarding our new hire for the police chief. We will not adjourn. We will actually take a recess and go into that press conference at 10:45, which will give us a little bit of a break before we get started. That press conference will be held right here in the BOC meeting room. So thank you, and I look forward to seeing you back here in a few minutes.